Yes.
She has like the bangs now with the diamond, and then she was wearing like black lace over, like underneath black.
Really? Is she
And
still married to that lawyer dude?
she's not married. They're common law.
What?
I know. They get insurance though.
What? All right. That's so weird. I don't know. What's up, y'all? We're talking about common law marriage. That's why you tuned in. Tori, what's up?
Hi.
Welcome to Friends from Work. Winnie, stealing the show. This is what you call like a scene stealer. Much like, who was the chick that stole all the scenes in Bridesmaids and she got famous?
Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah,
Jacob just says it real serious.
Yeah, he was like,
Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, he said that like he was on a quiz show.
We have to tell you right now that Brandon just said my couch growing up looks so much like Al's shirt.
Oh, yes. Brandon, what I want to do is I want to take you back to 82. I want you to think about you rolling 6 deep with the Fam Bam and their 86 Bonneville. I don't know how it's 1982, but they have a 1986 car. My grandparents had an 88 Pontiac Bonneville.
We had a Pontiac.
It was back when cars were still made out of steel. Remember, like in
The seat belts were super hot.
But they were just lap belts, and everybody's like, "That's dangerous." It wasn't, because you were literally rolling around in a tank. Yeah. There was no way that you could be, if you were killed in the car, like you went off a bridge. Like, I mean, the seats were like plush velvet. It was like being in the living room. There's an ashtray that was active.
Yeah, there's
all your family members are like
ash.
smoking mad cigs in there. I kind of miss that gigantic radio. I don't know. That you'll never feel that safe in a car again. It's just
Al needs to roll up plastic cover next time.
Oh yeah.
Everyone had a Bonneville. I had a light blue Pontiac with the vinyl seats, with the bucket seats in the middle. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was. I remember when automatic seatbelts came in, and they didn't last too long, but that was kind of some fancy stuff. And you're like, just close the door; it'll take care of itself.
Yeah, and you're like, whoa.
Tori, people are talking about my outfit, but I feel like we kind of go together.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I could be like a lampshade to your curtain.
Wow.
I like your curtain.
Wow.
You look like a Land's End catalog that made it. I'm gonna get out of this neighborhood. I'm
moving on up.
Yeah, I love the dress.
Thank you very much. It's Rent the Runway, everybody.
Okay, well, you've been picking very well. You guys know I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I think Tori's hired somebody.
I haven't.
I'm gonna examine her W-2, and I'm gonna see some chick named Marsha on there.
No, there's no Marsha. I had a Ford Taurus too, brown with a red cloth interior that was fuzzy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yes, my mom had a Plymouth Horizon when she was in grad school. It was a car that's like, I don't party. I have 2 kids and I'm a single mom. That's what that car said. And shout out to Dr. Jackie Mack. She made it. All right, Tori, we got a lot to discuss today, so we're going to get right into it. But I think we should get into it, weirdly, by moving on. That's right. Moving on, our segment sponsored by Spider. There. Oh, look, it's on the camera over there.
Look.
Shout out to Dude IAK Studio for just being on top of it, because I sure as hell wouldn't have been. Let me tell you this. I didn't tell them that we were going to start with Spider moving. I didn't tell Tori. You could tell by her face. Her face looked like she walked in and found her husband with 2 other people's husbands. Very surprised. But yet we are moving. So please, you guys, remember to shout out our sponsor, those boys, Vlad, over at Spider Moving and Storage. They have been with us since day one. And guess what, Tori?
What?
I talked to Vlad today. He's coming over for
Football
on Sunday. Nick, you coming over on Sunday? Well, okay. He's too busy. And me and Nick are the same guy. I totally get it. Tori, are you going to come? You don't have shit to do on Sunday. Stop lying.
I didn't even say anything.
I know, but I see your face.
I came over last
week.
You're
thinking. I know.
I came over last week.
I know. Are you coming this Sunday?
Yes, I'll come.
All right. Tori is in. That's how you bully a friend into hanging out. I don't care if she wants to come. What I do is I force my friends to hang out with me.
Will you make those chicken wings again?
I will make wings, and Sarah was like, these wings are amazing.
Yeah, she really
And you know what I had to do?
What?
I had been too lazy to go get my lemon pepper. Listen, colleagues, I'm not going to, maybe I will share the wing recipe with you guys because we're family. But part of my wing recipe, the kind of sneaky thing, lemon pepper. But guess what? Al is startlingly lazy. So I hadn't had any lemon pepper, and they were coming out great, but not to the level I wanted. And then I put the lemon pepper, and everything changed.
Yeah,
so yes, wings
amazing.
will be on deck. All right, Tori, here's what I'm moving on from before we get to our first story. And I wonder if this is something that you've noticed this holiday season.
Sorry. Yep.
Tori, I feel like we're dealing with the rise of hot Santa.
Oh.
Have you noticed like a lot of commercials have like hot Santa now?
No.
Like there's not the jolly Santa. They're kind of jacked.
Oh.
There's like a trend with the Target ads where there's a hot Santa, and there's even a scene where he's on like a Bumble date. And he's like going over his naughty list.
What happened to Mrs. Claus?
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
He's going over his naughty list, and he's with a woman, and she goes, "How do I get on that list?" And I'm like, "Are y'all talking about smashing?"
Wow.
On the December 25th, and he goes, "What?" And she goes, "Nothing." And I'm just like, I don't know. Who do you think this is for? Is Target trying to go after the moms that are like, you know, that have a little Santa fantasy?
Yeah, I think so.
How many people do you think have a Santa fantasy?
I don't know. I'm Jewish. I've never had any kind of.
But that would be really a good fantasy for you because it's kind of taboo.
You're not on any list.
I know. You know what you have to do.
He takes his belt out.
Yeah.
Sit down.
40
on
plus
my
years
lap.
of not acknowledging me.
Sit on my lap and tell me you believe in me.
Yes. So I just want to know, have people, oh yeah, because they know women were responsible for most of the shopping.
But I want my Santa jolly and round. I don't want like a jacked Santa Claus.
Yeah, I don't want.
By the way, shout out to all the Jewish kids for not ruining it, that like Santa wasn't real. Like we just kept that secret from y'all.
Do you know?
Like good for us.
One of the greatest phone calls that I've ever gotten, and this is including like the phone call that like when my nephew was born, my nephew Josh, I remember getting that phone call in college. Like it's in the pantheon of those phone calls. But as you guys remember, the OGs, remember the first couple seasons of DBL, we did like what was that after show called? Access?
Yeah.
The 5:30 show?
Access.
Let me tell you guys this, a little inside info. There was a 2.5 hour respite in between the last taping and that one.
Don't say everything.
I won't say everything. I'll just say that we would get hungry and we would go to Governor's Tavern for the food. Now, maybe they were soaking their chicken fingers in something, maybe some bourbon, because sometimes we would come back feeling a little looser.
I hiccuped the entire time one time.
Oh my!
It was
We were old West drunk. You remember like when you watch those movies and the bartender doesn't even have any soap, hasn't been invented yet, so he's just wiping out the glass with a rag. That like that's how.
Oh my God.
That's the kind of bar we were.
Jeff and I would go, and there would be a paper bag, and it'd be like, guess the shot, and we're like, we'll take that one.
I love
and it was
that
like
bar
$1. So
much. And so we are. There was an episode of, and I wouldn't do Access as much, especially towards like the end of it, because Brandon had come on board.
Yes.
And so it would be Brandon, Jeff, and then sometimes Erica.
And me.
And would you be on that show sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I wasn't on, so I don't have really any memories, but I do have a memory of Jeff shooting me a text, and it just said, you missed the show today, buddy. Brandon had to apologize on air for saying Santa wasn't real.
It was such a mess. He once said the little people, you're supposed to not say the M word.
Yes.
And then he said the word, and we were like, you can't say that. And he goes, what? And he said it again. And he's like, why can't I say the M word? He kept repeating it.
Whenever I'm really sad, Tori, I'll look at the clip of Brandon talking about Ellen's ears. It is, to this day, the funniest thing I've ever seen on television. Not even close. I'm talking about Eddie Murphy Raw, whatever. Maybe I'll post it on the Patreon so like it won't be out there, but who cares?
Yeah.
It's such a great clip. He's not trying to insult her.
No.
It's a genuine question that he asked, and it's why I will forever love that human being. So shout out to Brandon. Follow him. He is a forever brother. And sorry, Julia, to break that down to you that Santa isn't real. All right, let's get into our first story. Tori, we're talking about Sydney Sweeney.
Yes, she was on the cover.
Yes.
Of Sports Illustrated?
Yes.
But not in the way I think a lot of guys wish she were on the cover.
No.
Not in a swimsuit, y'all. She was next to Christy Martin, who she played in the movie.
Mm-hmm. The movie is called Christy. How did we not know that?
It seems
the
quite
movie
obvious.
is Friday the 13th Part 2.
It's Schindler's List, the sequel. So she I don't believe she got any nominations for the Golden Globes.
I don't think she did.
I do know, and I called this correctly, that one with the wrestler with the Rock,
The Smashing Machine.
I loved it, and it got a ton of not a ton, but he got up for an award. Emily Blunt got up for an award. So if you guys haven't seen that in Cannes, it's really, really good. But yeah,
I wanted to watch it on the way back from Dayton, but then I saw that United's movies had. I finished Sinners.
Oh yeah, it's great.
And then I started Weapons.
Weapons is great.
And I was like a quarter of the way through.
It's so weird.
Not even a quarter, like a third of the way through. And you're my sister, so I can just be honest. Colleagues, we're family. Don't judge. There was a scene that scared the M, F, and P out of me.
What was it?
Just when she peeked in the window and they were sitting on that couch, I was like,
yeah.
I was like, I'm not watching this right now.
It is really.
I was in no mood. So I like scary movies, but I still get scared. So I will finish watching Weapons. But The Smashing Machine was on the United flight, so I do plan to check it out. Probably when I go to Key West
I liked
in a
it.
couple weeks.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Tori, we're talking about Christy, and the movie flopped.
Yes. Did anyone write in the chat, colleagues, if you guys have seen it? I also, Lars, completely agree. I hope Amy Madigan gets an Oscar nom for that role in Weapons for sure. But I do believe that the best supporting actress is going to go to the woman in Hamnet, who's like Irish or Welsh.
Hamlet?
Hamnet.
What is that?
Shakespeare had a young son named Hamnet who died.
Are you serious?
Yes, and then he wrote Hamlet.
What?
And it's a really amazing.
How am I just hearing about this?
Well, I actually didn't know that either.
Is this like the prequel?
Yeah. So it's supposed to be amazing.
Is this the Better Call Saul of Hamlet?
It's Paul Mescal, isn't it, Jacob?
Yeah, it's Jessie Buckley, right?
Jessie Buckley, and she's got this great Irish. Is she Irish? Yeah, and she's. Oh, she's a lead? Yeah, she's.
Can we get Jacob to do the rest of the podcast?
I know.
Since
So
we have no information.
So anyway, everyone should go see Hamnet, and I hear it's really, really good. But anyway, go back to Sydney Sweeney. I'm so
Wow.
sorry.
Well, people are saying that. Well, I think that she's trying to rebrand it because it was a major L. I saw in one article that this was the 9th biggest flop of all time.
Yeah, it made like 1.5 million.
I know.
And she called it the most important movie of her career because it deals with DV. I guess Christy was almost killed by her ex-husband.
Yes.
And so, I don't know.
There's a great documentary on Christy Martin on
Really?
Netflix. Yes.
That did better than this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I watched the documentary. I mean, it's crazy from where she came up from and just like, I remember, I told you, I'm old enough to remember watching Christy Martin fight. Well, me and my dad used to watch boxing, Tuesday night fights. Shout out to the champ, Sean O'Grady. And, we would be watching. I'd be like, who's this woman? It was like a novel thing.
Yeah.
And then she got on the Mike Tyson undercard and she blew up.
Wow.
And, from there, her manager was very manipulative. She was a lesbian. Obviously you couldn't be out in wherever she was from, West Virginia, in the world of boxing in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
You just couldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
Ellen couldn't even,
Yeah.
And so she hid that. Her manager got her addicted to drugs, was very violent towards her, and there was an incident in which she almost lost her life. He's in jail right now. Incredible story, but people are saying Sydney Sweeney was not the person to tell this story.
Yes, and I agree. Now, I don't know if this is important, but I was going to bring this up, Lars. Lars, you and I are in the same wavelength, buddy. You, LDP. Sorry, I got Winnie hair. She did wear a fully see-through dress to promote that movie.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong. Look, when I see Sydney Sweeney, I think of boobs. Like, I think everyone thinks of boobs. She's got great boobs.
Incredible.
I mean, we could do a whole show on her boobs. They're great.
Let's do it.
No. But some people
That's
say
our alt show B.
on the Patreon.
Yes.
But a lot of people felt like she wasn't particularly the person to play that. I happen to believe, and I know some of you do too, the American Eagle ad that came out right before really like tanked a lot of her momentum. I always thought she was actually quite good in Euphoria.
Right.
I thought she was like a good little actress.
She was riding the momentum of like people really liked her in Euphoria. Her character was vulnerable and but also sexualized
and funny and weird and like
And a lot of people identify with her character. So when she did the ads and the American Eagle ad, basically what did it say is like something about like they say a lot about jeans. My jeans are
blue eyes,
blonde hair, blue eyes, and tall. I have great genes.
Or I got good genes. It was a little eugenics-esque.
Yes. And so some people are saying that American Eagle has been pretty inclusive since the whole 90s when everybody's kind of trying to Abercrombie and Fitch it, or 2000s. And so they didn't think that that's what they were going for, but either way, that's how it was received. And I think the problem is when you're not going for that, your immediate response is like, y'all, you know, because we've said things and people are like, that was really offensive. You're like, no, I was talking about myself. You know, you quickly clarify.
It almost seemed like it was trying to be controversial to get some publicity, and then it did, and then it just kind of railroaded. But again, I think she's not untalented. I just don't think this might have been the right vehicle for her. I don't know. Neither boxing movie did very well because The Smashing Machine also flopped.
Right.
Maybe not the year for boxing.
Maybe. I mean, I guess so. But it'll be interesting because people are saying that she tried to coddle and codify a MAGA fan base because she didn't push back with the Gene thing. She didn't say, oh,
she also had a MAGA party.
Right, yeah.
She held a MAGA party.
And she's talked openly about her parents are MAGA. And I think, you know, for in terms of marketing, I looked at the clip before we talked about this. The clip's at 10 million views. And, you know, we're still talking about it months later.
Yeah.
So as an advertisement, it was great for American Eagle. Maybe not. I don't know what the sales were. But it's interesting that her agents would let her take on a project like this unless she actively knew, hey, there's a lot of dudes over there that want to see these boobs, you know. But then do those dudes want to see those boobs in a movie about a lesbian fighter finding her long
and maybe
lost
she's
lover?
trying to do like an opposite thing. But let us know if you guys watched it. I didn't see it. Did anyone in here see it?
No. And that's part of the problem.
Okay.
All right, Tori, we are moving on to a section I like to call Dying for Likes. That's right, Tori. We're going to talk about people that have died or almost died trying to go viral on the internet. And that brings me to our first story of a tourist. He was hiking, and I'm not going to try and pronounce that because we will be canceled, in the mountains in China. He plunged approximately 50 feet off of a cliff, off of a 130-foot cliff, while trying to capture the perfect selfie.
Yeah.
Tori, have you ever almost injured or killed yourself trying to take a picture? Because they're saying there's been a rise in this because what happens, especially with influencers and like travel bloggers, if you and I are travel bloggers and we're in an RV and we're going to Yellowstone Park, the reason these deaths are occurring or injuries is because we're going up against other travel bloggers. And we're like, well, we can't get that shot because Nick and Jacob got that. We need to climb that tree.
Higher or whatever.
We need to go higher. We need to
Yeah.
go down there. And travel bloggers trying to increase their likes are also risking their life.
Yeah, there's someone that fell off of, I think, Mount Fuji as well.
Yes.
It's happened a lot.
Because there's been a couple times where I've been up in the mountains. One time when I was in Costa Rica, my friend Audley, who I've talked about on this podcast. He's a type A personality. He's a surgeon. He's like one of those guys. Like I used to be like, when we would go on vacation, I'd be like, let's find 3 bars and we'll hit them in this order. And he was like, let's go wrestle a battle catch. He like bare hands. And so like we're in this small remote town near the Pacific coast of Costa Rica. And he's like, there's an AV tour. And I'm like, Jesus, I don't want an RV, whatever. The 4-wheeler thing. ATV, yeah, RV, whatever.
Definitely not that.
And so we are up in the mountains. But y'all got to remember, in America, we have guardrails, we have cones, because we have lawyers that'll sue the S out of you if somebody falls off. They have no such laws. And we're just following this guy, and we are going up the side of this mountain. There is no guardrails. I'm looking over, Tori, I swear on my 3 children and my father's past life, I looked down and there were clouds underneath us because we were so high up on this mountain. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. And the guy leading the tour goes, okay, we're going to stop and turn around here. And my boy's like, well, we're almost to the top. He goes, no, this time of day there's a tigre. And my boy goes,
oh, tiger?
Do you mean tiger? And he's like, see, we're like, all right, hey, let's take it on down. I'm covered in mud. I'm mad. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be fighting for my life on vacation. But
yeah,
some
that's
people
not an
like
Al
that.
thing. No.
I mean, no, but some people are people that like to climb cliffs and take pictures.
Yeah.
So
but yeah, there's been a big up. Yeah, the stupid crap people do for likes. It's quite sad, and it causes a lot of problems. That's a great take, Tori.
I know. Wow.
Great
Quite
take.
sad. And you can literally cut and paste that to anything. And that's why we have her here. Can we get Winnie back on the couch?
Winnie!
All right. She's like, I can't help you. Tori, now speaking of something that nobody likes is Donald Trump's treatment of female reporters as of late. Let's get into this. CNN host Kaitlan Collins issued a public and measured response to Donald Trump during a rally after he leveled personal and a derogatory comment towards her. I believe he called her stupid and what? Was it ignorant? I don't have the exact quote here. He called her...
I've lost track of
We've
them.
got piggy. We've got stupid.
We've got ignorant, worst reporter.
Yeah, failing news.
Yeah,
but
news.
This seems to be happening weekly now. I thought that the piggy thing went pretty close under the radar. That would have been a huge scandal. Like if that happened at Thanksgiving, like we're talking about that family member might be ostracized.
Absolutely.
And our president is referring to professional reporters like that.
No. Female professional reporters.
Female.
Only female.
That question him.
That question him about things that are probably right. And I'm just waiting for when a man or another woman is like, that's really unacceptable. Don't say that. Like, I'm just waiting for someone to back them up. And now what you've got is a president against the media. And the females are his number one go-to. There was one reporter that says, I'm here to ask you questions, not ask you for permission, which I thought was a really great response. But I'd love to have reporters get ready to have a response because he's going to do it again. He's going to insult somebody again.
Right. Well, he did it Trump 1.0 with Megyn Kelly.
Oh, yeah. The blood coming out of everywhere.
Right, yeah. And she
he loves to degrade the women. I mean, Quiet Piggy was so awful. And then Caroline Leavitt, they asked her to defend it, and she's like, he was honest. They were like,
I
so
didn't
you're
know
saying
she said that.
Yeah, he's like, I think you know the president by now, and he was just being really honest. And they're like, so you're saying that woman was a piggy? And it was like, I don't know. It's just I can't believe that's someone that we're supposed to look up to. Right. He went after the ABC reporter. He went after, and it's always when they ask him a question that like really is like probably onto something.
Requires him to answer.
And something that's like probably right. Like
yes.
they got him on something. That's his go-to. So
well, he's banned a lot of stations that have been asking hard questions. So most of the White House galley is people going, excuse me, sir, how are you so awesome?
I know.
I'll wait for you to.
I know.
Yeah.
Matt Gaetz is now in the Pentagon briefing as a
saw
reporter.
That. Did you see that clip that he had with the drunken guy from the FBI?
No.
It was like 10 in the morning. I will we'll put the clip, but Matt Gaetz is interviewing some guy from Cash Patel's FBI, and he is slammered at like 10 a.m.
Wow.
It's like really, I'm like, what is going on over there? All right, Tori, I want you to I'll give you a heads up to start thinking before, and I'll read the story. Have you think about somebody that you've had that was a bad interview? Okay, you may or may.
I have one right now.
Okay, good. Well, I'll tell you the story, and I'll tell you that this happened in real time because I'm sure Nick and Jacob over there, shout out Dude IDK, were probably watching the game last night. I don't know if you watched the end, but you did if you had some money on it.
And I bet wrong, guys. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm kind of on a down streak.
That's all right. That's what the season is. Season's got ebbs and flows.
Okay.
So at the end of the game, Sarah and I are watching, and I always, anytime something's out of the ordinary, it piques my interest. And the game was over, and, both teams kind of flood to the 50-yard line, standard fare for the end of a football game. And the announcers they said the score, and they were like, we're going to go to our reporter. What was her name? Man, I don't know where. I'll find out her name. I want to say it, but I think that might be wrong. So you can see her because they have the blimp cam. You can see her kind of scrambling around looking for Justin Herbert, the star quarterback of the winning team.
He's got a reputation, y'all.
Right, yeah. And so they say, we're going to get our post-game interview if, I believe it was Clarissa something. If Clarissa, was it Laura?
We just need Jacob on the show.
Laura Rutledge. Laura, Clarissa Shields.
Clarissa is not even close
she
to
is
Laura.
A boxer, and she's a black woman.
Okay.
So it was way off. So you can see her kind of going through this mouse maze looking for him, and she says she finally kind of gets in front of him. It's very standard for the star quarterback to be interviewed, and it's weird because they turned her mic on a little bit early, and she said, Justin, I need you for an interview. And he goes, I'm trying to celebrate with my team right now. And I've never heard a player say that. Like, at the end of the game, especially the Monday night game, which is the marquee game of the week, the star quarterback gets interviewed. It's the only thing.
It's like the most traditional thing ever.
It's the most traditional thing. And she goes, I'm just trying to do my job here. And then so he was professional, but it was just a weird exchange. Yes.
Now, is he the one who's dating that hot girl, Madison Beer?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us. It just made me think. Like, have you had a difficult interview? And it sounds like you have.
I'll call it out. I don't think that's a
go
problem.
ahead.
Zachary Quinto is a really hard person to interview.
Yes,
I don't.
I've heard that. I was in the makeup room
Dude.
and I heard about that interview.
It was rough.
What happened?
He played Spock in Star Trek, and I like got very cryy and sobby. Not like sobby, but I was like, just so you know, my mom loves Star Trek. She recently passed away. She really loves Spock, and on her gravestone we have live long and prosper. And that was also on her phone, like her.
Yes.
You know, and he was like, great.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God. It was like talking to a wall. So some people are really great. Like Bublé was awesome. Like certain people are amazing. And some people you cannot get into their feelings at all.
Right. Yeah. And you're just like, you don't have to love me, but I'm trying to promote your dumb project.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't give a shit about season 4 of whatever show you're on.
Right. So just go with me. Like we're just both here. Let's play the game. Like let's play the game.
Let's play the game.
Yeah.
So you've got a holiday movie called Wall Street to Elm Street. Stars someone. I don't care.
I know. Just
I'm trying
talk
to
to
be
me.
excited.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So he's notoriously difficult to kind of be around in interviews. Christopher Waltz also very difficult to interview. And Nancy Grace was one of my hardest ones that I've ever had as well.
Oh, can you talk about that?
No, that was bad.
What happened? Okay,
It was
you can't
just bad.
talk at all about
No,
that.
it was bad. They told me to go after Nancy Grace, and that was just like a really bad decision for me to do.
I heard about that one too.
It's really
I think
bad.
it's always a bad thing
Very
because
bad.
interviews were so
Very bad.
routine. That
And I
if
don't
you-
like people mad at me.
If
and
you hear about it,
it was bad.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's like when somebody goes to the dentist, but if somebody goes, "Did you hear Tori went to the dentist?"
It's
like you know, it's like
It's really bad.
Yeah, if the streets are talking, it was not good.
Yeah, he was. By the way, Zachary Quinto was a fantastic actor. I love him, but not the easiest to communicate with. Which, by the way, like just like you said, that's part of doing your job. That's part of promotion. If you're going to be in a movie and TV on doing football, that's 100% why you're paid all that money is to also promote the team, promote yourself, promote the whole organization. And for Justin Herbert
Yes.
to just like be like, I'm celebrating.
I'm trying to celebrate.
I mean, not the nicest thing.
He was free for a 20-second interview.
Yeah, for sure. She's like, how do you guys think we played? We played well. Thanks so much. Enjoy
That's
your
it. What do
win.
you think she's gonna say? That's not your real dad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're
What's the
just like,
quadratic
it's a little
equation?
fluff.
Yeah, it's just easy.
Yeah. Do you have
yeah.
thoughts on the Epstein files? Great game today. Like what? Just like talk for a second. It was just very.
So he's gotten a
strange.
bit of a reputation, and I don't know football that well, although I put my vibey predictions on. But Justin Herbert has been called now like rude and not so nice. But you don't want to take just one incident.
Right.
But
But
I don't know.
Sometimes it's a pattern. We don't know. And honestly, if you want to be rude, that's your business too. Not everybody's wired to be super nice.
Yeah.
You know, he's good at his job, and anything after that is kind of up to him. And I think there is. It kind of makes it a little bit more special when you meet somebody like when I worked when I was a writer on Shaq Show, where I was just like, he's awesome.
Yeah, right.
That meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
Rather than him just like, what's the scene? He was like a goofy dude like we
yeah,
are, you
yeah.
know?
That was like Carson Kressley when I went to
where
dinner.
you're
I
just
was like,
oh,
you're
this
the
makes me so
best.
happy.
Totally.
Yes.
All
right, Tori, now I do want to transition into a story that we are going to call up.
No, I just had chicken salad and it's leaving a weird taste in my mouth.
I wanted to transition into a story that I'm a little worried about doing. It's about chicken salad and Tori's intestinal system.
No, it's not my intestine. It's just like,
It's rejecting it.
no, it tasted like,
Did it taste a little gamey?
it tasted a little gamey and the meat was a little pink.
Your body is a machine, dog, and you know when you eat something. I got some of the worst food poisoning in the world. Once
Please don't
this
talk.
goes
I
up
hope
on
I'm fine.
YouTube, I'll post a picture. When I went to Korea, we were the drive from the base. From the airport to the base was like 2 hours. So we stopped at like a rest area, that had a food court, and there were people selling food outside. And I was like, I'm not going inside the food court like these tourists. Oh, no. I'm going to go eat with the people. Oh, no. Tori, I got some fried fish from outside of this rest area in Korea. And by the time I got to the base, because you were supposed to eat the head and the tail and everything, Tori, I was so sick. And I am looking for Pepto on this base. and there is nothing. And I remember,
What if one of the soldiers got a tummy ache?
I don't know. There was nothing for the comics. They were like, what we do have is a bed and a ceiling you can stare at with a whatever bug that you have going on.
Oh God.
I've been super sick in Mexico City.
You've been sick a lot.
Costa Rica and Korea. Well, I just think when you go overseas, like everybody's food, like everybody's cuisine, like we have things that you're normalized to, and whether it's the water it's cooked in or just how it's prepared or spices.
Maybe
like,
next time eat in the court, not outside.
I know.
The food
Stop
court.
trying to be a rebel, Al.
Yeah, just eat the.
Tori, and I'll show you the picture I have is just me with the fish sticking out of my mouth and headphones on, like here to support the troops.
I don't feel so good.
God.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, Tori, I wanted to get into this, and this is serious, but we will be covering this more and more. But I did want to talk briefly. Have you been following this kind of strange story of the death of Brianna Aguilera, that 19-year-old student at Texas A&M? She died last week, and I remember I saw she's 19 years old. Beautiful. I mean, extremely beautiful and extremely driven. She had already, been accepted to law school or was on her way to law school. She was graduating early. I believe she was graduating magna cum laude. And she was just, she's one of those people that's like an A on every. And what always catches my eye whenever I'm looking at a story is what the police say and what they don't. Because you think about when they are playing things close to the vest because there's politicians involved or something, you think about how little information, or it's like, what can you tell us? Well, the senator picked up this young lady. She has not been found. And people are like, does anybody think the senator has anything? We can't answer that. Have we heard anything from her phone? We can't answer. They can't answer nothing. But when it seems like they're trying to bury stuff, and it made me think of Vanessa Guillen, that soldier at Fort Hood, I believe. And they were just like, yeah, she just walked away from the base. And her family's like, what? And they're like, yeah, that'd be like if I couldn't find you and one of our friends like, yeah, Tori, she just said she's going to hit the highway. And then your dad's like, where is she? I'm like, she just walked. Yeah. Like, it's just not in your character, and her family was like, what? So I'm going to read, I want to read the Austin PD's version first. Okay. To make sure that we get the facts out there according to them. Okay. And this is what the Austin police had to say. The basic details, Texas A&M student Brianna Aguilera.
Have you guys heard of this case? Write in if you've heard of this case. Okay,
please.
As Al speaking.
Yes, it was treated as a non-homicide death investigation. And I think that's going to be important later. Here are the known details. Aguilera was found unresponsive at the 21 Rio Apartments near the University of Texas at 12:45 a.m. Saturday morning. The night before, she was attending the big Texas A&M tailgate.
Oh, big party.
Yes,
yeah.
that's
I've been there.
Yeah, that's a huge. It's one of the biggest parties in the country.
Yeah.
And so the cause of death is inferred. Police stated that her injuries were consistent with a fall from a high floor, meaning she was on the 17th floor where she was living. And they have repeatedly stressed that they do not suspect foul play or criminal activity. The cause of death is still pending, which made people perk their ears up. They're like, how are you guys saying this is a suicide if the medical examiner...
Oh, they're saying it's a suicide?
Yeah, that's what tipped me
They're not
off.
saying she accidentally fell?
No, the cops are just like, it's a suicide. And when you say it's a suicide, that does not allow you to... it's not incumbent upon you to investigate. They're just like, suicide, that's it. Sorry, tell your mom.
Weird.
Yeah, that's why I was like, even though it was
plans
late,
to go to law school.
Yeah,
and all
this is a driven person.
Interesting.
And so I'm just giving you the cops' version. So she attended the tailgate from 4 to 10 p.m. At 11 p.m., she arrived at the 17th floor apartment with friends. Put friends in air quotes. At 12:43. Between 12:43 and 12:44 a.m., she borrowed a friend's phone and was heard arguing with her out-of-town boyfriend during a short phone call. At 12:46 a.m., police received a 911 call. Now, here's their evidence that there was a suicide. Austin police say that there was an uncovered, deleted digital suicide note.
Who can delete that? Okay, keep going.
Yes, and her classmate said that was part of a project that she was doing for a creative writing class. Her family's belief, her sister strongly rejects it. Her mom, who I listened to a 30-minute interview with Nancy Grace, strongly regrets it. Rejects it. And here are the inconsistencies the family say. They said that Brianna had been fighting with other girls, and what was happening was some girls at the tailgate were sending pictures of Brianna talking to guys at the tailgate to her boyfriend. So these girls were they had some mean girl beef with her. That's what it seemed like. The boyfriend was seen responding, saying, stop sending these, and telling his girlfriend, you should stop hanging with these girls. They're not your friends. So this is the part that kind of made me sad. The family hired who? Tony Busby. And for as much as I have my issues with Mr. Busby, he's launched an investigation, and he's basically asking some real questions. He says, how do the police have the authority to rule on a cause of death before the medical examiner does?
So you're saying the autopsy wasn't done before they ruled
The
it?
autopsy still isn't done. An autopsy takes 30 to 90 days.
Toxicology takes a good amount of time.
And the police are just like, nah, drunk, fell. Her mom was like, and I'll get to this. Her mom was like, she is 5'3", the railing is 5'5". So she would have needed like something to climb up and over. There was no furniture seen like near the balcony, and she was like, and this is the part, and now I'm gonna read what her mom said. That's why I wanted to get to this, because I just couldn't stop thinking about it. Her mom was like, first of all, she never had any suicidal ideologies at all, and she was like, her mom said that she was also terrified of heights, to the point that she did not go on roller coasters when they went to Disney World, and she would not even go on a cruise because she was so scared of heights. But all of a sudden, this person goes to a party and then jumps off the 17th floor. It just seemed a little sus. So here's what her mom said very quickly, and then I want your thoughts. I want to give you both versions.
Yeah.
Here's what her mama says. Brianna came home for Thanksgiving. They were all going to go to the game, but her mom, who's a traveling nurse, was too tired. Brianna went to the tailgate by herself. She said at 4 p.m., this is on Friday, Brianna FaceTimed her mom to show her outfit. And at 6 o'clock, weirdly, her phone went to do not disturb. And she was like, that's never happened before, and they have a promise. But she was like, she's out having fun, whatever. And she could still tell by her location. So the game's over. It's 11 o'clock, and Brianna still hasn't called. And she's like, that's not my daughter. And so she called the police for a welfare check. And she said, and good news, I know where her phone is, so all you have to do is just send an officer over there. And the Austin police said, she's probably drunk.
Wow.
And she was like, well, can't you just send somebody to her location? They were like, she's probably drunk, and we can't do a missing persons for 24 hours. And so she's like, what? And she's like, not only because she see her daughter's location, it's pinging near a creek.
Yeah.
And she's like, why the hell would my daughter be down by this creek? And so she's declared dead Saturday morning at 1 a.m. Guess what time her mom was notified?
What time?
4 p.m. Saturday. Guess who was notified before her mom? Her friends that were at her apartment with her.
Wow.
Yeah, the friends that were seen going in and then leaving without her.
And apparently what I've read a little bit about this is the police are believing those friends as the reason it led to a suicide. She allegedly may have self-harmed like the day before is what some of the friends have said, and they're trusting those friends. But yeah, Sweet Luna, I totally agree. She was just too short to just fall over the railing.
Right. And there was a TikToker, this black guy, and it's crazy because it's a very serious case, but they were like, we're going to go to the video uploaded by Jay Pizzle. Which is like, but he was a black dude that was in that apartment complex.
Someone had a camera.
Someone had a camera. There's a bunch of people around.
Yeah,
and
someone
he said
had something.
He heard a girl screaming, "Get the F off me! Get the F off me!" And and then she's declared dead at.
This is a Dateline. I mean, this is a 48 hours right out of the.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Now, you would say, well, let's talk to the friends. Don't worry. The detective covering the case told the friends not to talk. Don't talk to the parents. Can you imagine something happened to you? And Jerry calls me, and I'm just like, straight to voicemail.
What?
How shady.
What is going on?
Shady. Well, Tori, it's also shady that her phone was found in a friend's purse. Yeah, somebody put it on Do Not Disturb. So that's not really something that somebody that's going to kill themselves would do, unalive themselves. So, this is currently an ongoing situation. But I just thought it was it just shows me your first instinct is usually the correct one.
Yeah.
When I just go, And it made me think about that time we were on DBL. And again, it was one of the mass shootings that we just don't even talk about because there's been so many. But do you guys remember when that psychopath in Atlanta or in a county in Georgia drove around and killed a bunch of workers at those Asian massage parlors? He killed, I think, like 8 people. And the cop that was giving the interview, again, usually the police are like, we don't know anything. We're not going to release his name. They get nothing. And I remember we're sitting on the panel and it was a bald-headed cop and he just goes, yeah, he was having a bad day.
I remember that.
And
I remember
I
that,
almost fell backwards out of my chair. I was like, excuse me?
Yeah, I remember that. He was just having a rough day.
And I mean, you're already priming the pump for the jury because anybody watching that will eventually be on a jury.
Yeah, you're tainting.
And you're tainting, and you're just like, he's a good guy.
Damn.
You know, he's a little stressed. And so the fact that they immediately called this a suicide, sequestered the friends before the mom is notified.
So who has a connection? Like, someone has to be getting something out of this.
Oh, and the person whose apartment, one of the girls' apartments that she fell from, 17th floor, she moved out that day. Yeah, she moved out. And that,
Keith Morrison needs to come
and that
immediately
also,
to Austin.
And these friends were allowed to have access to that apartment. Usually when there's a crime.
Yeah, you
don't want
crime scene it off.
Yeah, you kind of that's what all that tape's for.
Right.
And it's there so people don't trample through an active crime scene. What you don't want to do is let somebody not only move out but probably clean up.
Yeah, take the
maybe
evidence.
Throw some bleach down.
Wow.
I mean, the fact that they met with these girls and would not inform her mom for another 6 hours. Her daughter is in the morgue, and the police told her to call jails and hospitals.
Oh, wow. Wow. So someone's a friend with some cop or somebody's connected.
That's what I
Somebody's
thought.
connected to the police department here. This is when you get a group of people and then there's a group of people that are coming together and they're like, we don't believe this. And then you have to rally and eventually you have to get the FBI involved and you have to have someone over the Austin PD to come in and look at this because this seems incredibly fast to say it's a suicide.
Absolutely.
Incredibly fast.
And
I mean, at least it's suspicious and you've got to investigate.
How did her phone end up do not disturb
in
near
someone
a creek?
else's purse?
And then once the police recovered her phone, they didn't give it to her mom. They gave it to one of the friends.
They didn't keep it as evidence?
Tory.
Yeah, something's real fishy.
This
is fishy, guys. What do we call it?
Shadiest.
Yeah.
Thing. And like somebody said, call the CSI team. We can't, Marcy, because the
It's already
apartment's been cleaned
trampled.
out.
Yeah. This reminds me, and I know you guys have heard me talk about this, but the poor kid that was found wrapped up in the rolled up mat.
The gym mat.
The gym mat. And they said he asphyxiated, but his shoes were off and like somewhere else. And it was like, it just made no sense to me. And that kind of stuff is so frustrating. It's so frustrating to not get any movement on that. And you really need to rally and get like a huge amount of people to do something about it. I wonder if we're going to see that.
You took the words out of my mouth because I think that this story is being very much suppressed.
Wow.
And what happened in the case of Vanessa Guillen, which was a woman that they were told, her family was told their daughter just walked off the base. And later it was found out that a soldier and his girlfriend had murdered her and buried her. Is what happened is they told these women, your daughter's gone. And they didn't realize these older white, military people didn't understand like a family full of Hispanic women. Like you're not ready for that, bro.
No.
I know like y'all can do a lot of push-ups.
No.
Y'all don't want that smoke.
Yeah, no.
These women organized rallies around the base and eventually famous, not Gloria Estefan, but another famous Latina tweeted about it.
Yeah, you're going to get
it blew.
Yeah, and then what you need to do is get the press on your side. And once you've gotten the press and then you're like, this is smellier than a Seattle fish market in the middle of summer, like then it starts to trickle down and then you get the datelines there and then people are outside investigating it. But yeah, it just seems like someone is connected to like, I know someone wrote like the dean or something.
Yes.
This feels very, very strange to have done it so very quickly. It's hard to rule something a suicide without something real right there that tells you this person was upset. And apparently I think her mother was a mental health counselor.
Right.
So would be probably more aware of those issues. I mean, I bet this story has legs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of wanted to talk about it because as I was trying to do research on it, like even like Chat GPT, when I was like, just give me the facts of the case.
Yeah.
There wasn't that much.
That's really weird.
I got a lot of the stuff from just a direct quote from the Austin PD in an interview on Nancy Grace with her mom. But you would just think this story would be everywhere.
Yeah, well, it's about to be. I mean, now famously, if this person were white and blonde, we would get press immediately. And it's notorious. We learned this on DBL. Black, Latina, any minority is often not picked up and put into the press as like needs to be checked over. And that's why they have to rally the press and get everybody going. But I'm glad you brought this up so that like even small little bits of information on YouTube, this can grow and this can become something that the FBI and Department of Justice looks at. Now, who knows if Trump will ever allow that to happen, but this seems very, very strange.
Well, don't forget that Kash Patel didn't know who, was it
Kyle Rittenhouse?
No, he didn't know who like Elijah McClain was.
Yeah.
He didn't. And so like, I don't expect the FBI. And I will say this is kind of twofold, Tori, because you are exactly right. When you're missing and brown, the chances of you being looked for are a lot less.
1,000%.
But it's twofold because this happened near or around a college campus.
Yes.
And don't forget that these colleges are businesses. I don't care if they say they're nonprofit or not. And guess what they don't want? They don't want marketing, or not marketing,
bad
but
press.
publicity.
Yeah, bad
and
publicity.
So they're like, these cops basically work for the college.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, let's dig into this.
They want to put this under the rug really quickly.
Absolutely. That's why in a lot of colleges, guess what they don't keep? Statistics on SA. Oh, that's convenient. What is this? The Bunny Ranch is only just a little bit of square footage where we don't keep stats on things.
Damn, this is crazy.
It's really crazy. So I think the people have to speak up and just ask questions and just be like, how did y'all
keep poking at this?
Yeah. How did you magically
understand this?
Do
wow,
this?
Wow.
All right, Tori. Well,
that is crazy. And then Yanni Barb says, thanks, Al, for bringing this up. Such a sad story. Yeah, bring this up with your friends, your family members. Look into it. It takes like little pockets of people everywhere to start some kind of movement to find it. And someone wrote, the whole world went upside down when Gabby Petito was missing. Remember that?
Oh, my goodness.
Because she was the blonde, the blue-eyed. Everyone's like, where is she? Oh, my God. And there's famously just the missing, and if you're missing in a minority, you are notoriously very, very hard to get the country's attention. So I'm really happy that you brought this up.
Right. And
not happy, but I'm really, that's important that we bring this up.
To your point, and simultaneously to my point, even with the Gabby Petito thing, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white girl, the cops pulled them over that day. Do you remember?
Yes.
Gabby Petito has clearly been in a DV incident. She is crying. The cops separate them. His story is iffy because he was a dumbbell.
And they're like, why don't you guys get separate hotel rooms for the night?
Right. And they didn't even take her in or like tell her parents. They like let her go. Like they dropped her off at some weird they dropped him off at like a hotel or something.
Yeah. They wanted them to sleep separately.
And you know, because of that, the police did such a poor job. It became part of like a training regimen. Yeah. Because they were just like, oh, what'd she say? Like, I mean, it was embarrassing. Mm-hmm. But again, it's like, sadly, just because we're like, well, the police investigated, that almost doesn't mean anything. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a very strange situation. All right, let's take it home with one more strange situation, Tori. And I don't know if you knew anything about this. A news report suggests that there's an ongoing mystery.
You want to cough a little?
Who, me?
You have a frog in your throat.
Do
it's
I?
really annoying.
All right. Well, I'm sorry. It's been pissing you off this whole time.
No, it's just now. You're like, cut me up.
Just for that, I'm going to eat the candy cane you
brought. Oh, no, don't do it.
Tori brought the candy cane that, like, you can find on a tree when you're at Macy's. I want the good one. I want the kind
with the green in it?
With the green. Those are way better.
I do like the green in there.
Those are dope.
I have a question. How do you guys eat a candy cane? Do you, like, stuff the... I shouldn't make that.
No, too late. Okay. Yes. Thank you, AI will step in from here.
But do you put the part that's hooked? Like, where do you go after that first?
No, Tori, here's how the G's do it. Okay, first of all, you break it right here. All right?
You break it?
Yes, because then you take this top part
and you
put
suck
it in your mouth like a mouth guard.
Oh, okay, and then you suck on it?
Right, and then you take these two pieces and you either if you're real cool, you keep it straight and you just let like some of it dangle out of your mouth, and you're like, "What's up, ladies?"
That is kind of hot.
Then you're arrested later at the mall. But that's how I eat it.
I never understood it because like I tried to put the whole thing in there because I'm Jewish. We don't really have a lot of Christmas.
But you do understand the concept of eating.
Yeah, I do. But I put the thing in there and then I suck on it to get the red and white off, to get the flavor.
To get the red and white off.
Yeah.
What do you think's underneath here?
No, I'm just like sucking on it, but it's like.
Okay. You know what's weird is weirder than even what you're saying right now is that we associate things like candy cane and Christmas music with the holiday, But January 2nd, if you do any of these things, like if you saw me with a candy cane,
So weird.
in like March,
So weird.
or like you got in my car,
Totally.
in like June, and I was playing Christmas music, you would like call Nick and Jacob and be like, "How does Al seem to you?" You know, like it's such a weird thing that like everybody's all in the season, and then
it's
January
over.
2nd,
It's just over.
Really, the day of January 1st, you better start taking
That's right.
everything down.
So Lucy says she holds onto the hook while I suck on it.
Oh, that's smart.
And Marcy says I start at the end, not the hook end. Okay.
I could see, but then this is this.
What a weird shape for like a candy.
It really is.
It's a weird shape.
It's a strange
right?
shape. I mean, especially because
to suck
like
on it.
This is also for kids.
Yeah,
and
you think it's like a choking thing.
But I mean, this is.
By the way, really
old
cool
school
fact.
candy.
Do you know that Cheerios have a hole in them for a reason? That if a kid, because they give them to kids a lot, chokes, there's still an air hole through the Cheerio.
I think it's to save wheat.
It's not to save wheat.
Yes, it is.
We have a lot of wheat.
I know, but do you know how much extra, like wheat it would
I'm
take to
telling
fill
you,
those holes
the
in?
founders wanted, in case there was a choking, to have air holes.
They did not. First of all, make a better cereal, Cheerios. Like I wouldn't. I would only eat Cheerios if I was buried under rubble. It is an end of the world food.
It's
horrible.
It's very like cardboard, just cardboard circles.
It's like what? Who's the dog trainer, the famous one?
Cesar Millan.
Yes. If he was like trying to talk to a dog owner and be like, "Do you want to know why you need to change up your dog's diet?" Cheerios is what it's like eating dry
every
food
day, every night.
I mean, it is the most bland food.
Yeah.
Now, if you had to go with a bland cereal, are you going grape nuts,
Oh my God.
wheat checks, or Cheerios?
What was the second one?
The wheat checks.
I like the checks.
Me too.
I like the checks, and I like them a little soggy.
Oh. You know what? Chex was one of those cereals that really rebranded with the Chex Mix.
Yeah.
Because you can get the winter remix, which sounds like an EDM remix, but like you mix it with the powdered sugar.
Nice.
And it's good for the
Because they're sweet and
holidays.
salty.
Yeah.
They're savory.
Very good.
Chex Mix is something is a go-to at the airport. What's your go-to at the airport, like Hudson News?
Oh, yes.
What do you guys go for at the airport to just like have a snacky on the plane?
Yeah, I
always get like really like flustered.
Really?
And I'm
you
like,
don't
just
get the same thing?
Chex Mix. That's like how I do it. It's really bad.
The Chex Mix is going to be expensive. Here's what you want to do.
It's like $10.
You want to get something on the plane that's not going to stink your person next to you out of there.
Yeah.
All right. So even things that you don't really notice, like Doritos, like when somebody's eating Doritos next to you, you're like, I'm going to murder you.
I love Doritos.
No, you know, so you go for a non-stink food.
Okay.
So I'm going either jelly beans, which I rarely get, and what I got. Remember those delicious gummy bears that Nick had for us last show?
The sour ones?
Yes.
So you go for Sour Patch stuff.
It's not sour. It's the gourmet gummy bears. It's just letting people around you know I leveled up. Even though I'm in coach.
I spent $14
I'll be in
this.
first class next year probably. Don't quote me on that.
I took a whole bag of Jolly Ranchers and ate them. Not a good idea.
Why?
I had a very bad tummy ache.
Oh, and you're the one's always warning me like, hey, watch your sugar.
Yeah. It was not a good idea.
All right. Well, Tori, let's bring it home with something a little weird.
Somebody gets walnuts. Okay, that's very healthy.
Wait,
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, wait, but walnuts, those are the ones that have the cracker next to them. Remember, like, you would be in, like, an older person's home in 1991, and on their display table, there would just be walnuts in a bowl, but in that metal cracker. And I'm like, I haven't seen anybody eat those since, like, my dad and my granddad.
I often will snack on those when I see them.
Do you crack them out of the shell?
Oh, you mean with an actual cracker?
Yes.
No, I don't know how.
Like the same thing you do with crab legs.
I would hurt myself. I would 100% hurt myself. 100%.
Does anybody like chestnuts?
I feel like people in Paris in 1890s like
I
chestnuts.
Know. Even in New York, I remember like, because, you know, comedy clubs are all around there in Times Square, and there'd always be like a stand for hot nuts, and it would stink up the whole block. And I'm like, who would walk towards that thinking there's food?
And
there's nothing like burning
everywhere.
nuts.
Yeah.
Like
It's big in Christmas time.
It's so gross.
Chestnuts roasting on an
What are
open
the best
fire.
nuts?
The best nuts, I believe, are cashews. Now, I heard someone call them cashews, which is like,
that's
okay,
not.
that's ridiculous. But I do like a good cashew.
Okay. I like when they, they'll do this at like Trader Joe's or Whole Foods. They'll take it and put it in like some tahini or some kind of.
Yeah, that's always nice.
I'm down with that.
I do
And
like that.
I'm also down with like some good honey roasted peanuts. Very
Okay,
good with that.
yeah. I dated for a very long time this Iranian Filipino, and he introduced me to mango with hot sauce on it, like tahini on it.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. Dried mango.
Oh.
with like tahini on it.
SAR buys that.
They're really delicious.
And I'm always like, do you remember that I effing live here too? I am an old man from Cleveland. I'm not eating that. Can you get a snack for me? She always gets her like fancy, like I'm like, oh, what'd you get from Trader Joe's? 'Cause I'm excited.
Yeah, right.
Because Trader Joe's chocolate chip cookies, come holla at me. So dope.
Their latkes are super good. They're
Trader
frozen
Joe's has
latkes.
the best snacks.
Very good.
And she always just gets some like, oh, it's a palm leaf with coconut oil smeared on one side. I'm like, Jesus. I guess I'll have my fingers for dinner again tonight. It's so gross. I'm like, just get the basics. You got an old man at the house.
I know.
Can I have some
Yeah.
old man stuff, please?
Yeah, that's fair.
For the love of God.
Sarah says walnuts, cashews, pistachios. Great snack. A lot to do. But I'm
Yeah.
into it.
How do you guys feel? Because that's another
I
thing.
love pistachios.
Some people, now, are you? What's the one where pumpkin seeds or just seeds in general, where you put them in your mouth, then you got to crack the shell and get rid of that?
Yeah, right. Sunflower seeds are like that.
Yeah. What do you?
Sunflower. So I'm gonna lose friends here. Sometimes I eat the whole thing.
Down to 2. So tread lightly.
I only have one left. No, but I eat the whole sunflower seed. Like I
With
don't.
the shell?
Yeah.
Are you a psychopath?
No, I think a lot of people do that. Don't you think?
No.
Jacob is shaking his head
Quiet
no.
is. Jacob had a lot to say earlier. He seems quiet now. Yeah, because that's weird. I did have.
I would eat like a lot of them at a time.
Did nobody show you?
No, does anyone else eat the shells for sunflower seeds?
It's a baseball.
Like I'm a baseball player?
But they spit the seeds out. That's what's on the floor in the dugout is like shells.
Yeah, someone just wrote ouch.
Yeah, I mean, that's very strange. I did have a homeboy in high school, and still my friend now, but he used to eat.
Someone wrote no, Tori.
Thank you. He used to eat apples, but he ate the whole thing, the stem and
the core?
seeds. Yes.
Yeah, that's
even
some
the
people do
weird
that.
bottom part.
Yeah, that's gross.
It's so
That's
weird. I'd never met anybody who ate the whole thing.
So people are really, really saying no here. LOL, no. That's a lot of roughage. I sort of like the salty.
Yeah, you get the salt from it and you spit the seed out.
I don't understand really how you get the seed and spit the rest out.
You bite it and it splits in half.
Okay.
And then you with enough.
Shelly has eaten the entire sunflower
But she didn't say
seed.
she liked it.
Well, she did.
Yeah, it's like never again. After I got out of the hospital,
Yeah.
a thorough talking to from my physician.
Yes, thank you, Shelly. One person.
All right, Tori, let's end with this. I just wanted to get your thoughts. We don't have it's really just commentary. There's been a story that suggests that there's an ongoing mystery concerning Charlie Kirk's body.
Yes, I do want to let people know. Oh, I have a friend who eats the whole buffalo wing, like with the bone.
Ooh. Well, I will say
You
this.
eat the bone?
Going to college in Mississippi, it was the first time because I thought I cleaned a chicken wing.
No,
because there were people that ate the meat off, then cracked the bone and sucked the
marrow out?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's deep south.
Got to get all that meat out
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's an arrested. My daughter used to eat shrimp tails until I caught her and I had to let her know.
Yeah, and shrimps are kind of gross.
I like shrimp, but I do understand
too, but
they're
you
like the
can't-
cockroach of the ocean.
Yeah, they're like same with if you think about it, they're bugs probably, definitely. They
Don't ruin shrimp for me.
I know, but they don't have an intestinal.
Don't they do have that blue line?
Yeah, that's like just so things can get from the rooter to the tutor. It's not like you can't stop anywhere.
Oh,
It's no
man.
arms.
My husband eats the mango with the skin on it.
I will not say who, but there was somebody that was in my life that ate tomatoes like apples.
Oh, that's weird. Where they
Yes.
yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay. Marrow is delicious, by the way. I love a good bone marrow.
Well, now it's big.
It's
bone marrow.
very popular. My
Right.
mom was super anemic, and she'd be like, I need all the bone marrow.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, shout
Yeah.
out to the bone broth. No more shrimp talk. We got you, Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah.
All right. So, Tori, really quickly, you've seen the story that says it's super weird. It's been 3 months, and Charlie Kirk's body still has not been buried. What do you think about that?
So, yeah, there's no gravesite. There's no burial. There's nothing for where Charlie Kirk is. My first thought went back to Obama. And when Obama actually gave the order to kill Osama bin Laden, he famously had them give a full Arabic cleaning, a Muslim cleaning that follows the rites of Islam, wrap him in a white shroud, and then they just quietly put him into the ocean. A lot of people were like, well, then he's not really dead and all this stuff. But what he didn't want was any kind of shrine or that people could go to, or it could be a place that people landed on for some kind of violence or anything like that. My first thought was like, maybe that's what's happened with Charlie Kirk. But it is very strange that we don't really know where he is. Does Erica not want some kind of grave for his children?
Why would you not want your husband, your deceased husband, who was supposed to be the momentum to launch Turning Point USA into its next phase with you, the wife at the helm?
Yeah.
They definitely tried to live off his memory with the WWE style funeral that he had.
I mean, he had the flags at half staff for a long time for Charlie Kirk.
But then wouldn't you want, in a world where Trump is trying to take away MLK Day and Juneteenth, wouldn't they try and say, hey, this is the Mecca for MAGA people to go to this gravesite? They're Graceland almost.
I 1,000% agree. And what it doesn't do is it doesn't allow the quiet to come on about the conspiracies. This only brings up more and more conspiracies as to why don't we know where the body is? Why haven't we seen the body? What happened to the body? So it's Julia says that's because the widow already moved on. Wow.
I mean, who was also cremated very quickly was
Ivana Trump.
Ivana Trump.
She was put on with no gravestone on a golf course,
and
she was buried.
The supposed Trump assassin, whatever his name was. It's so interesting. I can't recall his name. Mm-hmm. So interesting. Wouldn't you think that we would know? We know other
people.
Don't let Al
go down this
We
one.
know James Earl Ray. We know Sirhan. We know a lot of people that have John Wilkes Booth. That was in the effing 1800s. I know his name. What was the name of this dude?
I don't know.
Something.
Lucy doesn't care, she said.
Yeah. So it's just I don't know. It's just it's just very strange that we just have an administration that just has there's always some weird kind of question.
But you're right. For someone who deals with arcs and monuments and symbolism is very important to Trump, right. To not have some kind of place for where he could have gone and laid a wreath or something like that is a little strange.
Right.
It is a little strange.
It's strange.
He's probably in a mausoleum. I don't know. Don't know where the body is. It's a little sus, says Sarah. I agree.
Oh, yeah. All right. Little sus. All right. Well, you know what's not sus? Y'all. We appreciate you guys, our colleagues, riding with us through Candy Cane Talk and Conspiracy Talk.
And eating the full sunflower seeds.
And if we had a lot of people unsubscribe, I'd be like, I get it. Honestly, please remember to rate, and comment on the video. Even if you just say great job, it really helps with the algorithm. We can always appreciate it. You guys have been riding with us since day one, and we shall continue into the future. So on behalf of Dude.IDK, Tori and her curtain dress, Al and Nana's sofa, colleagues, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.